on to say hi.
It's so good to see you. Thank you for coming. All right. Do you have a microphone? Oh, you got a handheld one. Look at this. All right. So, I didn't tell you that story. When we were at Church of the Apostles and you're asking me, well, Christy's scans will be coming up. Like, how does he know more than I know that my wife's scans have got to be coming up? And yeah, you did. So thank you for being here and for your prayers. Her scans were Tuesday. They were great.
Oh, that's good. Praise God. And how about a big round of applause for Eric Erickson, everybody? But I tell you, this is one of the most compelling voices in the conservative movement today. I'm honored to be with you.
I want to ask you the question that I asked Tim Scott to start, and I guess for all the presidential candidates.
I thought I was the only one you invited.
Well, sorry. With all the vast array of people running for president, including your former boss, why should Americans say Mike Pence is the guy we need in the White House?
Well, first off, let me say thank you for the warm welcome. Thank you, especially for the warm welcome from my incredible wife, Karen, who was the best second lady the United States of America has ever had. I think the answer to that question belongs to the people of the United States. But for us, I can tell you why we're running. You know, we've been incredibly blessed. And I appreciated the introduction, reminding people that, you know, I was a House conservative leader in Congress before it was cool. You know, I was a conservative governor of Indiana, and it's a great privilege to be your vice president. I was raised to believe, though, that to whom much is given, much will be required. And when Karen and I look at the devastation in this country, when we look at the way Joe Biden has weakened America at home and abroad, we just couldn't sit this one out. I mean, I think America's in a lot of trouble. And I think now is the time for all of us who have the ability to turn this country around to step forward, and each of us to do our part. And I promise you, we're going to work our hearts out to earn your support, because I know if you gave us the privilege to be your president, we will know what to do and who to do it with on day one, and we will turn this country around. So help me God. That's why I'm running.
We have this wild situation right now where we do have the current president of the United States and much of his Pentagon leadership talking about very publicly how we're falling behind. We don't have ammunition. We're struggling to give things to Ukraine. The Chinese are increasingly dominant. I mean, what has gone wrong in this administration that we can't produce enough bullets to fight a war?
Well, you all deserve to know that Joe Biden's been trying to cut military spending since he took office. And the truth is, while I welcome Republicans in Congress figuring out a way to pay the nation's bills, the reality is if they don't go forward with all 13 of the appropriations bills, you're going to have a mandatory 1% cut in defense spending in 2025. I mean, this is at a time when China is literally floating a battleship in the Asia-Pacific about every month. I mean, they're expanding to a 350-ship Navy. We're still falling way behind, having articulated that goal a long time ago. You know, when we came in, I'm incredibly proud of the fact that we rebuilt our military. We finally began to give our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force the resources that they needed to defend our nation. But for the next president of the United States, it isn't that we need to rebuild a military. We need to build a military fitted to the widening challenges in an ever more dangerous world. I mean, war is raging in Eastern Europe. China continues to menace in the Asia-Pacific. Iran is back to its malign influences. And I promise you, not just as a former vice president, but as the father of a captain in the United States Marine Corps and the father-in-law of a lieutenant in the United States Navy, we're going to build a military fitted to the widening challenges of the 21st century. And we're going to make sure we have the ability to defend our nation and keep the peace among our allies. That's job one.